So we are in Poland for the second time. Here's our train that got us here. Now we're going to head and find our hostel for the night and then get some dinner. It's about 7:08. So yeah, the moment that's the plan. Get to the hostel, get cleaned up, have a shower and stuff, and then have dinner. So this is Katowice, which is I think how they pronounce it, but I'm terrible at pronouncing the city name. But yeah, this is a nice little spot so far. This is a very nice walkable street, and our hostel's not too far. It's just down the end of this left street at a roundabout area. But yeah, there's definitely some food spots here we could come to. There's a Pizza Hut, worst case scenario, Kebab King. Yeah, it's a nice little area. There's just like a regular like Audi hatchback doing skids at the lights. At least there's car people here. It's kind of cool to see, but a bit obnoxious. But yeah, there's this weird circular park, which I think is a giant roundabout, and our hostel's just off there. So this is the little roundabout park. Got a fountain, lots of people hanging out. Seems like a nice chill spot. So I had a shower. It was a horrible shower at that place. Like, it was, the last few showers I've had have been button showers. So pretty much the last good shower I had was Pisa. What did we have in Prague? I can't remember, but yeah, anyway, the last good shower I had was Pisa. And that one was another button shower, and that one would not stay on like at all, so you had to hold the button down the whole time. But anyway, I had a shower nonetheless. And yeah, we're gonna go find dinner, so we're gonna head down the street and see where we end up. I still have a little bit of a blister on the side of my foot from walking the 35 k's yesterday. But these shoes, the Vans, are like just low enough that it barely touches it, so I can walk around, albeit with a little bit of a weird looking limp. But yeah, gonna go explore this place. Everyone I met from Poland and the Tatras said there's nothing here, so we're gonna go find out if there's actually nothing here. Everyone said go to Kraków, but based on how long it took me to actually get here, I'm glad I chose to stay a night here. So we're in a random mall. These gates go to the top floor. Oh, there's food downstairs. I have no idea where we are. Oh well, there might be food downstairs, we'll go see. There's like 2 restaurants downstairs. Oh, it's a bakery. So, yeah, we're gonna go back outside and see what we can find. I wanted to see if we could get to the roof with the tiny pool, but there's these gates. So, don't think you can get up there. The Georgian flag there, there's a lot of Georgian people everywhere. So we got one of the Megrelian ketchuparies. I don't know if we actually had one of these in Georgia, but we definitely had them in Armenia. It's the cheese thing. I don't know if I could eat a kubdari that was there, but I was like, oh, I don't know, after I got sick after eating those ones up in Spinetti, I just don't know if I'm ready yet. I want to try and recreate it at home though, so yeah. So yeah, that's what we got for dinner for now. So yeah, everyone, all the Polish people in the touchers told me there's nothing here, and to be fair, they're kind of right. There's not that many restaurants and stuff around. Like the area where it's nice like this is pretty small, but it's kind of nice and chill. Not too busy, not too rushy. But I like this building. I like a bit of the architecture. And yeah, it's kind of just a nice little relaxing town, even though it is a city. Supposedly it's a mining town, is what I've been told. I kind of want to get to those, the old train sheds over there to take a closer look, but there's a lot of people at this bus station and a lot of cameras and stuff, so I don't think it's going to be as easy as I thought. Well, I don't think it'd be that easy, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to go over there, unfortunately. They look quite cool from here. You can just see it in the distance here. There's one, and then the other one. The old train sheds with the turntables. There's kind of no fence and no signs here. I go for a quick walk and then just someone sees me go, oh sorry, I didn't know. I wanted to take a photo. I probably won't go all the way over there. It looks like there's a big ditch. So here's a closer look at them. And there's a bit of, I'm not going to walk through there because there's a big, like that stuff's really dusty. I walked through a tiny patch of it and I don't want to wreck any of their work that they're doing, but it's cool to take a closer look. It looks like a water tower in between as well. But yeah, people obviously go over there and spray paint stuff. But yeah, it's cool to see. It's a beautiful sunset. There is like no one here, but this is what I mean, like I step in this stuff and it just gets everywhere. That's so dusty, and I think that's what that trench is. Yeah, they left the construction site open, so it's not my fault. But yeah, I'm not going to disturb any of their work because that'll make them real mad if I just walked over there, took some pictures and left. No harm, no foul, they're probably not going to come after me. But yeah, I guess we're just going to wander around a little bit more and then head back to the hostel. Let's quickly get into the little and get a snack before going to bed. This little is a lot easier to navigate than the one in the Katowice. I'm just looking for biscuits. They don't really have any really good biscuits, I've noticed, apart from those Milka ones, except they're not those ones, the Sensations one. Alright, I don't know how people take so long when they self-checkouts. One dude looked like he's buying bread for like half of Africa. It's like, that's way easier to just take to the regular checkout and they'll do it fast instead of you having to search through for all your different types of bread. But yeah, anyway, we can head back to the hostel now. The sun's kind of gone down. And tomorrow we're going to try and go to Auschwitz, is the plan. But we'll see. It might not end up happening because I do not have a ticket because I booked too late. Because I kind of didn't know what the hell was going to go on. It says there's limited tickets, but the earliest train is like 6:30 or 7 are the two trains we've got to catch. Or the two trains that we can catch to get there. and they'll get there like shortly after it opens, so there might not be any left. Those rooms right up the top there look real cool to hang out in. The little rooms. You can see into one of them, one of the lights is on. It'd be a good spot to get robbed. Getting robbed on the main streets of Katowice. Oh yeah, our hostel's just around the corner. Don't know what that is, looks like it could be a bar or something. But yeah, this is a cool place. I like this little street here. So there's someone sleeping in my room, so we're just gonna go sit in this park for a little bit, which will be nice. In the dark park with the yellow lighting. I like this lighting. It's kind of annoying how they're switching to like the bright white lighting. Like, gives it a nice tone, the yellow lighting. Gives it a nice feel. So basically what's happened is I want to use the lockers, but the lockers require 20 zloty in coins. I don't have any cash. I can't find an ATM, and the places I've been to won't give me the money, so I guess we're just going to end up walking to the museum and then asking if they can look after my bag, because yeah, my phone's also not working. I think my SIM card might have run out 2 days early. Oh, there's an ATM. But yeah, I think my SIM card might have run out 2 days early, so I have no mobile data either. So they only let you book on a tour, unfortunately, so I can't just walk around myself. And it's at 12, so I got a little while. But yeah, no knives, no guns. I didn't like. No drones. Oh yeah, we're gonna go to McDonald's because my phone's still not working. Get some Wi-Fi, use that. And then yeah, we'll come back here for the tour. So we're in Auschwitz I now, and this is a registration building. So most of the images you see are from Auschwitz II, and this is Auschwitz I. So this part, Auschwitz I, was here until 1941, I think. That building there was a kitchen. So the average lifespan of people here was about 3 months. So this map shows where all the different places Jews had come from and ended up in Auschwitz. All the way from Oslo, all the way down to Athens. the non-Jews got to work and get more food, and then the Jews were selected. So the Jews would come into a big group and they would select the ones they want for work, and then select the children that they want to do experiments on. So this building's all original, at least the floor is, and look at the stairs, they're all dented. So the gas never came out the showers. And apparently they use gas cyclone B and then also cyanide pellets. In that room where you're not allowed to film, they have 2 tons of human hair taken from people at the camp. It's crazy. So when they arrived to the camp, they took their belongings that they brought with them and sent everything to Germany, whether it was a toothbrush, whatever. And in this building, there's some of the items that were sent to Germany, and the belongings that the Jews brought with them. Here's glasses. And then Jewish shoes. You got prosthetic legs.
And there was too many people. In each room, I guess one big drawing by people who survived. Here, so no, to make room for new, stronger people, the others were too weak, were killed. Because allowed them to do it, but the families of the body.
So between building 10 and 11, that courtyard, they close the door, all the windows are bricked up. That's where they'd do the shootings, and no one was allowed to see when they did shootings in the courtyard there. Those 2 rooms are for the Germans. So this was divided and these were standing cells. This next cell, they had no light in there, and they put 40 people in this small room, so a lot of people suffocated, which is crazy. And there's one up here which is the starvation cell. So this is a courtyard where all the windows were boarded up, and it's a wall that the people were shot against. That's not an original, that's a recreation because it was dismantled by the Germans. So yeah, now we're going to see the crematorium. All of them were destroyed apart from this next one we're going to. So these are the hospital buildings. The first one was there, and then there's a few here. They were real doctors, but they had almost no medication. For a guy with pneumonia, there was 1 glass of hot water. So twice a day people were gathered in this area here, all the way, and these were the gallows for hanging. So a lot of people were hung there, but the shooting was done in private in that other courtyard. So the women were in that part. And some people weighed as much as 25 kilos while living here because of lack of food. So there was no fake showers in this gas chamber, it just came out of the openings. So this is one of the crematoriums that was destroyed before the liberation. So this room here, this long room, was where you get undressed. They had like everything with numbers to keep them calm, say, oh, you're going to come out and get your stuff. And then in this main bit here was the chamber. It was all underground. And then after the chamber, that was the bit where they had the ovens and everything to burn the bodies. And it was something like, they say they could fit 2,000 people in the gas chamber room and burn like 1,100 something bodies a day. So they don't know if they put less, but 40% of the people who died in this camp were or who were deported to this camp were in 1944, because they sped things up a lot. So they think maybe in 1944 is when they were fitting 2,000 people. But there was a line of 4 crematoriums. That was 1, 2 is over there, 3, and then 4 in the distance. And you can't really see. Now we're going to go check out one of the barracks. So the barracks are built on swampland without any foundations, so they're doing a lot of restoring work there. As you can see, the grass looks quite swampy, and then Over there are the wooden ones, and all the concrete is just so we can see where they were, because they took all the wood away to build other stuff in other parts of Germany. And it's just all the chimneys left.
Here in this women's section, in this women's part, there are 2 sections. In the men's part, over there 6. And third part.
So for one of those bunks, it's 7 or 8 people on one of these layers, usually. And here's the washroom. They didn't have running water. So the tour group has left and we're allowed to walk around by ourselves now, so we're going to go take some photos and videos and explore a little bit more of the camp, because yeah, this one's very big, like it's huge. So yeah, these are the brick barracks. They're original, some of them have to be restored, some of the roofs are new. And then over there where you just see the chimneys, that's where the wooden barracks was, where the wood was taken to Germany to build other barracks near the end of the war. And the heating system is all that's left. So since we have a little bit of our own time, we can walk this way and just look how massive this place is. Keeps going. So most of the tourist groups don't come down here because there's nothing down here, because all the wooden ones, the wood was taken away. And yeah, so that's the main strip there, and then some of the brick ones are over there, and this is just keeps going. Keeps going and going and going. It's crazy. So there they've rebuilt some of the wooden ones, so what they would look like. The drain, one of those rungs is almost rusted all the way through. Out here you really get it, because back there it's like, oh yeah, people walking around, but yeah, this direction is just quiet. Bugs and just the endless expanse of how big the camp was. Look, it keeps going past the trees that way. There must have been more kitchen buildings here. They have big, tall, very well constructed chimneys. Unless those were just still barracks and these ones were broken a bit less. Oh yeah, we're all the way at the edge now. There's a long walk. So I believe here is the area where they never finished construction. There's the old fence, a bit destroyed. But yeah, that building never got finished, I was told. And then yeah, you go all the way out here. So here's some of the sectors. So we did B2D, so we walked from the centre here, around here, and then you go into here, and this is your sector. There's no entrance by the train track side, it's all the way at this end. And same for B2C, B2D, and then B2A had an entrance, and the other side it looked like. And yeah, and then there's B2G, which I might walk to, and these ones weren't finished by the looks of it. But yeah, here's an aerial photo. So this is the one we're at. There's a few back there, and I think they were building new stuff on this side, but it's all gone. Pretty interesting. I'm actually probably just gonna head back Doesn't look like there's too much out there. There's 2 buildings. But yeah, I'm gonna head back and gonna try and walk along that B2A, because yeah, it showed a gate on the other side, so I'm hoping I can walk through it, because you can go into the sections like there, but then you can't get out the other side, so yeah, it's a bit annoying. So this section was where people would go first when they come here. It's called the quarantine camp section, and they'd be here for a few weeks to stop the spread of infectious diseases in the camp. So yeah, they quarantine them in these barracks here. This one's open. Oh, it smells so good in here. So yeah, this is a recreation of one of the wooden ones. I don't think they have the bunks put in. Here's the heating thing. This will be the original. And apparently a lot of the wood from the bunks was taken to heat up in winter, because they got 1 bucket of coal a day to heat up these places, and it got to like -20 or something. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But this wood smells so good. This one has the replicas of bunk accessories here. Yeah, 3-story bunks. No ladders. It's just, yeah, it would have been crazy in here. This must be a recreation of one of the toilet rooms. So they had 1 hour to get everyone into these toilet rooms. They had no running water in here, and in the actual blocks they didn't have toilets either. So yeah, they had 1 hour to fit everyone into one of these rooms from all of the blocks that we just walked, to go to the bathroom at 4 AM before they have to be sent off to go to work, because all the people that were held here worked, all the other people were killed straight away. So yeah. This is a huge mall attached to the train station. It was like 3 McDonald's. It was like one in the main train station hall, then one just outside in the mall, and then there was one upstairs as well. But anyway, we can head out. This is the old town here, so hopefully it's close-ish to where we're staying. Interesting. Looks like they have a beach volleyball arena set up here. So I was walking past and I couldn't help myself. I got a Bounty bar filled donut. So yeah, I think it's the Polish style of donut where they don't have holes. And yeah, I'm gonna find a spot in this park to eat it on our way to our hostel. So one side's chocolate and one side's got cream. It doesn't really taste too coconutty. Oh, it tastes a little bit like coconut. It's pretty good. A Bounty bar filled donut. another place that's got that same pilgrimage symbol from the people we saw in the Vatican. And then there was that church in, where was it? I can't remember now. There was another church we saw with it on. It's quite interesting. But yeah, this old town's really nice. Apparently this was the second capital of Poland. Those horses look stressed out for a second. We're gonna go find dinner now. It's a lovely evening. So I think that stands for Kraków. But yeah, it's quite cool. I bought a giant Soviet atlas, which is a bad decision, but nonetheless it's cool. I like it a lot, and I'm gonna have to carry it for the next 2 weeks now. So yeah, what's done is done, unfortunately. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go rest at the hostel a little bit. I'm a bit tired, and then yeah, we might go out a bit later if we meet someone. So basically some plans changed and it's 5 AM, so we're gonna go see as much of Krakow as we can in the next half hour, and then we gotta catch a train at 6:30. So yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful morning. It's like the perfect temperature right now at 5 AM.
Excited in a chapel yard, catches a bouquet.